Virginia Overstreet, Hillsborough County's Water-Wise Program Coordinator. The Florida Friendly Landscaping Program has 9 principles, and all of these principles are important to all gardeners. It doesn't matter how large your garden is or how large your gardening budget. If you follow these 9 principles, you'll have a healthier landscape. You won't be overwatering, over-fertilizing, or overusing pesticides. And it's the overuse of these 3 inputs that cause more problems for Florida gardeners. Today we're going to talk about the good bugs and the bad bugs. Which are the ones you want to keep in your garden and the ones that you don't. There are lots of beneficial insects, and those are the ones that you want to attract to your landscape. One of the 9 principles is managing yard pests correctly by implementing what we call integrated pest management. This means treat your pests with the least toxic method first. Don't resort to chemical warfare initially. Sometimes all you need to do is hand pick a pest off of a plant or literally prune the part of the plant that's got the infestation. You can avoid using pesticides by gardening to attract more beneficial insects to your landscape. There are so many advantages. The good bugs do the work for you. You won't have to worry about contributing to pesticide resistance if you keep using the same pesticide over and over. You're not going to contribute to environmental pollution, and you're going to create a healthier habitat for you and your family. Now, beneficials can be divided into 4 categories. The first type are the predators, lizards and spiders. And yes, maybe we don't like to think of them as the good guys in their garden, but they really are. Lizards love to eat roaches. Okay, that's all I need to say about that, right? Seriously, lizards and spiders are very good for your garden. Think of them as your buddies. Don't scream when you see them, and definitely don't try to kill them. The second type of beneficial insects are the parasitoids. Hoverflies and the Brachnid wasp lay their eggs on caterpillars. In fact, the hoverfly larvae control aphids almost as well as lady beetles and lacewings do. Parasitoids are probably the most important biological means of treating pests in and around the garden. The third type are the decomposers, the earthworms and the microorganisms who live in our soil. Again, maybe they're not the ones you like to think of on a regular basis, but they're very important. They decompose organic matter in our soil. And as we increase the amount of organic matter in our soil is able to retain water more. And that makes your garden even more Florida friendly. You don't have to water as much. The fourth type are the pollinators. These are the ones that we like. These are the ones that they're more conspicuous, and we really like to attract them. Pollinators are very important. Pollinators account for the pollination of 80% of the food crops throughout the world. And that includes the blueberries, the strawberries, and the citrus grown right here in Hillsborough County. This is sweet almond. It's a wonderful plant for attracting beneficials. It's a very large shrub, as you can see, or a small tree if you prefer. I've got this in my landscape, and I see bees on it all the time. I've also got a nest of mockingbirds on it. But this is a wonderful plant for attracting beneficials to your landscape. Dill is an example of a plant that will attract beneficials. Actually, there are 2 benefits to this plant. It will attract beneficials because it has very small flowers, but as you can see, it's also the larval plant for the black swallowtail butterfly. Here we can see a caterpillar eating this plant. He's not going to kill it, but he's just using it for food. There's another important plant that you can have if you want to attract beneficials. It doesn't exactly have curb appeal. It's not really a showstopper, but it's very important in the landscape. This is the Larraflower plant. It's called that because it attracts the Larraflower Wasp. They love to feed on this plant, but more importantly, Larraflower larvae love to eat mole crickets. So if you've got mole crickets in your garden, in your lawn, get one of these plants, and I'll bet it'll help you with the problem. This is firebush, a wonderful Florida native. In fact, it's my favorite plant. This plant will attract hummingbirds, birds, butterflies, and bees. And I really enjoy it because I see the zebra longwing, our state butterfly, on this plant all the time. Another wonderful native plant that you should get for your landscape is Salvia coccinea. This plant requires no water, no supplemental irrigation, no fertilizer, and the bees and the butterflies and hummingbirds love this plant. Definitely get it. It likes full sun. It'll reseed for you, but that's good. You'll enjoy it. And you'll also be able to share it with your friends and neighbors. As you can see, most of the insects that visit our gardens are not pests. They're beneficials. They're helping us. They're helping us to maintain a healthy ecosystem. And that's what Florida-friendly landscaping is all about, enjoying it while protecting the environment. If you want more information on how to attract beneficial insects to your landscape, visit our website. There's lots of information on there for you. All of us here on staff at the Hillsborough County Extension want to wish you happy gardening.